Hey guys, my name is Shay, and you know, I guess you could kind of say that I love Christmas. Well, this year, let's start early. I want to welcome you to Jay's Holiday Wonderland, Christmas in July. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am so excited to announce this series for Christmas in July. So I got this idea from a subscriber that had left me a comment last Christmas season. She said, around July or August, usually stores start getting Christmas stuff out. It would be great to have inspiration. I completely agree. So this year, what I've done is I thought, you know, I am all about Christmas in July. Why don't I build a series where I decorate a Christmas tree every single week in July? So today I want to introduce you to the first of the 5 trees. I call it Candy Cane Lane. You know, I usually do a color scheme every single year that's different. But I've never done kind of theme-related Christmas trees. So today, I've set up my white tree. Obviously, if this is a candy cane themed Christmas tree, the color scheme is of course gonna be red and white. Now, I have quite a few different ribbons to pick from when it comes to red. White, not so much. I only have one, and I'll tell you why. White things get lost on this Christmas tree, so you gotta be a little bit careful with what you pick. So usually, whenever I do a Christmas tree, I use 4-inch wide ribbon, because 2-inch kind of gets lost, but I use that for like accent pieces. I want to do red and white and silver, and this is backed in gold, so I'm going to say no to this, but I got another idea. I found this ribbon that I got a long time ago. It is a red satin, but you know what I thought about whenever I looked at this? It kind of has the same shine to it that a candy cane has, sort of like that pearl shimmer to it. Another one of my favorite ribbons is this two-tone ribbon. I love this. It's like a deep burgundy color, but it changes to a deep purple. Now this is going to be about ribbon. We're going to really hit ribbon hard. So if you're having a difficult time using ribbon, this is going to help you a lot, I think. So with that being said, let's start where we always start, the tree topper. I'm at the top of the tree, and usually what I do is I run an extra set of Christmas lights up here because after I add all the things into here, it gets kind of dark. Now, typically on a Christmas tree, when I build a tree topper, I like to have a little bit of a burst at the top. So I have these flock pieces that I used in my past Christmas trees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and kind of nestle it down in here. So you kind of want to make this look like it is part of the tree and it's not just coming out of nowhere. So this past Christmas, I found this lollipop at Hobby Lobby. It was very inexpensive and I thought, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be cute as a tree topper? Place this sort of in the center. Okay, so now what I did was I made some bows. I made a couple red ones and I made a white one. Then I have another red one that I'm going to put on the other side. And my idea behind this was if I took red and white, it would kind of look candy cane stripe-ish. Now just a little tip, these red berries that I'm using right now, these actually came from a garland. I just took it and snipped it apart. Now we can even take these and go underneath the bow a little bit. Okay, so when it comes to ribbon, like I said, on a tree this size, I like to use 4-inch ribbon, just so it shows up. So how I start this is I take this and I pinch it probably 4 inches down. Now what this does is, if you go too high up here, you just kind of have like, that's not too cute. But if you go down here, what you can do is you can pull it out of your fingers. And see how that gives you sort of a little bit of a finished end. Now I take floral wire and I just twist it around here. Now what this does for the beginning is it gives me a hook to hook onto a branch. So I start fairly close to the top and I always start in the back so you don't see where this begins. And then you literally just wrap this around the branch. Now, what I do is I usually do ribbon in a swirling pattern, but step number 1 is just getting it on the tree. So you might have to move some of your branches. Okay, so now I'm starting a new piece. So again, I'm going to start in the back. Now a lot of people cut them off of the roll into long strips, and I can tell you a problem with that. You don't know how much you're going to need. So, yes, it does get a little difficult to maneuver the roll, but you don't waste product. Okay, so when I do ribbon, I am very, very loose with it. Like, I don't just take it and go like this with it. What I do is I just let it flow a little bit. So I would take this and go out like this and bring it up here. What that does is it gives you a landing point right here on a branch, but it also gives you all of this that you can wind in here. It gives you a whole bunch of flexibility whenever you do this. And above all, it just gives it that very like flowy, free-form look. So I don't wire it until I get it to where I want it. Now see, this branch kind of gave me a stop here, but if I need to, I can wind this in there. And see how it just kind of does its own thing? That's what I love about wired ribbon. Because if you want it up like this, you can bend this wire in here and it'll stay put. Or if you want to hang an ornament here and you need room, you can move it back in here. So see, if I would have done that tight, I wouldn't have had the ability to do that. Okay, so this is a spot where the ribbon caught on. Now I'm going to bring in this two-tone ribbon. It's sort of a darker shade of red, which I think will look really nice on here. So now what we're going to do is I put wire on this. I'm going to wrap it around the ribbon itself that is going around the tree, as well as the trunk of this branch. Now that'll secure that, and you can just take these tails and do whatever you'd like to with them. So I might bring this one down here. And I like this ribbon whenever it's curled. Now, of course, things get adjusted as I go, so for now, I'm just going to go through and add those bows to all of the meeting points. Alright, so the ribbon is now finished on the tree. This is all I'm going to do. Now we can start putting ornaments on the tree. Okay, so these are the ornaments that I'm going to be using. All these ones in the tubs are ornaments that I have used over and over and over again. Now down here, yes, I did go a little bit crazy after Christmas shopping, but I tell you what, this stuff was so dirt cheap that I could not resist. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through the tree and add my solid colored ornaments. These are my biggest ornaments that I have, and guys, these are actually from the Dollar Tree. No joke. Now I keep the larger ornaments towards the bottom. I do kind of go maybe like around here with some of them, but I never go to the top with them because they are way too big. So I'm going to go through with red first because I want that to be the dominant color. At this point, I have the ribbon done. I have the larger red ornaments inside the tree. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through with some white ornaments. And I'm also going to go through with some silver ornaments. Now I'm going to rush through this process because in a future video I am going to go in depth on ornament placement. So after you get the base ornaments done, now you can bring in the fancy ones, and that's usually my favorite part because they're my more decorative ornaments. And then we're going to finish it off with spinners. Think. You know, this is actually a really fun tree for me. It was kind of fun to add some whimsical touches such as these snowmen that rotate, the little Harley Quinn or checkered balls, and even these little balls that are kind of made out of pom-poms. All in all, I think that this tree is very family friendly. It's got a lot of elements that would make it classy, but it also has a lot of elements that make it fun, and everywhere you look, it's something whimsical and magical. And another thing that I love about this is I just had to buy a few things. All of the ornaments that are on this tree can go with as many different color schemes as I'd like it to. So that's another tip for you guys. If you want to do a theme tree, but you think that you got to go out and buy a whole bunch of theme related items, you don't. Just get creative. Think of what do you already have, what can you add to it, and what can you do to make this a beautiful Christmas theme. I hope you guys were inspired by today's episode, and don't forget to leave me a comment down below and tell me what did you love about this tree. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, don't forget to subscribe down below. A lot of the ornaments that I have on this tree are from Canterbury Gardens. Now, they are a all-season store, so there's going to be a good chance that they won't have Christmas stuff out right now. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me, and it's not too early to say Merry Christmas!